Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Sean Hannity has been a dominant force in conservative media for decades, known for his fiery political commentary and unwavering support for Republican ideals. The Fox News host, now in his early 60s, has recently found himself in the spotlight for reasons beyond his usual political analysis. While Hannity has built his reputation on hard-hitting interviews and partisan debates, a more personal side of the broadcaster has emerged in recent years, capturing public attention in unexpected ways. Born in late 1961 in New York City, Hannity's journey to becoming one of the most recognizable faces in cable news was anything but predictable. Growing up in a working-class family, he developed early interests in broadcasting and politics that would eventually shape his career path. After various radio gigs and local television appearances, Hannity found his permanent home at Fox News when the network launched in the mid-1990s. His rise within the organization mirrored the network's own growth into a conservative media powerhouse. For years, Hannity maintained a clear separation between his professional persona and private life. Viewers knew him as the combative host who grilled political figures and championed conservative causes, but details about his personal relationships remained largely out of public view. This changed somewhat following the end of his long-term marriage in 2019, an event that coincided with increased public curiosity about the man behind the microphone. The television personality's romantic life became a topic of media speculation when reports surfaced about his relationship with fellow Fox News personality Ainsley Earhardt. Both prominent figures at the network, their professional connection reportedly blossomed into a personal one following Hannity's divorce. Colleagues described the pairing as unsurprising given their shared values and workplace chemistry. What did surprise many observers was Hannity's increasing willingness to discuss personal matters, albeit cautiously, in public forums. Those who have followed Hannity's career closely note a subtle but noticeable shift in his public demeanor in recent years. The once strictly business-focused commentator has occasionally let glimpses of his personal philosophy and emotional perspective slip into broadcasts and interviews. During a particularly reflective moment on his radio program in 2024, Hannity spoke about life priorities in terms that longtime listeners found uncharacteristically personal. These moments have led some media analysts to speculate about whether personal happiness has softened some of Hannity's sharper edges. The couple's relationship became official in 2020, with both being seen together at various public and private events. Friends of the pair describe them as well-matched, sharing not just professional interests, but personal values rooted in their Christian faith. Engagement rumors circulated for some time before being confirmed, with the couple reportedly tying the knot in early 2025. This new chapter in Hannity's life represents a significant personal milestone for the broadcaster as he enters his mid-60s. Family life has taken on increased importance for Hannity in recent years. As a father to 2 children from his previous marriage, and now helping raise Earhardt's daughter, those close to him say he's embraced this blended family dynamic with characteristic intensity. Public appearances with his new wife and their combined family have shown a side of Hannity that contrasts with his on-screen persona. More relaxed, openly affectionate, and seemingly content in his personal life. This personal evolution comes at an interesting time in Hannity's professional trajectory. Having established himself as one of the most influential voices in conservative media, he now faces the challenge of maintaining relevance in an increasingly fragmented media landscape. Some industry observers suggest that Hannity's personal happiness may be influencing his professional approach, with his commentary occasionally showing more nuance than in previous years. However, longtime viewers will be quick to note that his fundamental political positions remain unchanged. The contrast between Hannity's public and private personas has long fascinated media analysts. On air, he's the aggressive interviewer, quick with a cutting remark or challenging question. In personal settings, by multiple accounts, he's considerably more measured and even-keeled. This dichotomy isn't uncommon among high-profile media personalities, but in Hannity's case it seems particularly pronounced. Colleagues describe someone who takes his work seriously, but doesn't carry the same intensity into his personal interactions. Hannity's approach to his personal life reflects his overall media strategy, controlled and deliberate. While he's become more open about certain aspects of his private world, he still maintains clear boundaries about what he shares publicly. This careful curation of his public image has served him well throughout his career, allowing him to reveal just enough to seem relatable, while keeping the focus primarily on his professional work. The media personality's romantic life has inevitably drawn comparisons to his professional one. Just as he built his career through persistence and gradual ascent, rather than overnight success. His personal relationships have followed a similar pattern of steady development. There's a consistency to Hannity's approach in both spheres that speaks to his fundamental personality: methodical, committed, and resistant to fleeting trends. Financial success has accompanied Hannity's professional achievements, with estimates placing his net worth in the hundreds of millions. This financial security has allowed him to pursue personal interests beyond broadcasting, including real estate investments and philanthropic efforts. Yet despite his wealth, those who know him describe someone who maintains relatively simple tastes and priorities, with family and faith remaining central to his life. Hannity's physical presence has been part of his on-screen appeal, the tall, well-dressed host with a commanding voice that fills the studio. Now in his 60s, he's maintained much of that same professional appearance, though friends note he's become less concerned with superficial image as he's grown more comfortable in his personal life. This maturation reflects a broader trend of public figures embracing authenticity as they age, trading perfection for genuine expression. The intersection of Hannity's personal and professional lives became particularly visible during recent political events where he appeared with his new wife. These public appearances showed a united front, not just romantically but ideologically, with both figures actively engaged in supporting conservative causes. For viewers accustomed to seeing Hannity in strictly professional contexts, these glimpses into his personal world provided new dimensions to his public persona. Longtime observers of media personalities might see Hannity's personal journey as part of a natural evolution many public figures undergo. The hunger for recognition that drives early career ambitions often gives way to different priorities in later years: family, legacy, personal fulfillment. Hannity's apparent happiness in his personal life coincides with a stage in his career where he has little left to prove professionally, having already achieved remarkable success in multiple media formats. What makes Hannity's case particularly interesting is how his personal narrative contrasts with his professional one. In an era where media figures increasingly blend their personal and professional lives across social media platforms, Hannity has maintained more traditional boundaries. Even as he's become somewhat more open about personal matters, he's avoided the oversharing that characterizes much of contemporary celebrity culture. The balance Hannity has struck between privacy and public presence offers an interesting case study in modern media personality management. In an age where audiences demand increasing access to the personal lives of public figures, Hannity has managed to satisfy some of that curiosity while still maintaining control over his narrative. This careful approach has allowed him to reveal personal information on his own terms rather than having it uncovered by outside forces. The coming years will likely see Hannity continuing to balance his high-profile media presence with his personal commitments. For a figure who has been such a consistent presence in conservative media for so long, this new chapter represents both continuity and change. The same passionate commentator, but with a personal life that appears to have brought him newfound happiness and perspective. How this balance affects his work, and how audiences respond to it, will be one of the more interesting narratives to follow in the world of political media.